Imagine finding a tiny white packet tucked inside a brand new pair of shoes. It is labeled with a clear, almost threatening warning: do not eat. Most people don't give it a second thought. They toss it in the trash, assuming it is just a piece of disposable filler. But inside those paper walls is a secret. Those beads aren't a gel, they aren't poison, and they definitely aren't trash. They are engineered guardians made from the same material as beach sand, and they have been protecting our history and our lives for over 100 years. Welcome to The Subject History. Today we go inside the tiny, misunderstood world of silica gel to discover why this humble packet is actually one of the most successful inventions in modern science. To understand where this story begins, we have to travel back to the 1640s. Back then, silica gel was nothing more than a scientific curiosity. It existed, but no one really knew what to do with it. It sat on laboratory shelves for centuries, a solution looking for a problem. That problem finally arrived during the First World War. In the chaos of the trenches, soldiers needed protection from airborne toxins and gases. Scientists discovered that silica gel was incredibly effective at trapping vapors and gases inside gas mask canisters. This was its first real job, saving lives on the battlefield. But the silica gel we know today wasn't perfected until 1919. A chemistry professor at Johns Hopkins University named Walter A. Patrick developed a specific synthetic route to produce it. He saw that by chemically treating sodium silicate with acid, he could create a jelly-like matrix that, once dried, became hard, glassy beads. He patented the process, and a global industry was born. During the Second World War, the demand for silica gel exploded. It wasn't just for gas masks anymore. It was used as a catalyst for producing high-octane gasoline and synthetic rubber. More importantly, it became the military's primary weapon against an invisible enemy: moisture. It protected ammunition, electronic equipment, and even penicillin supplies from the creeping rot of humidity during long shipments across the sea. So what exactly is happening inside those tiny beads that makes them so powerful? The first surprise is hidden in the name. Silica gel is not actually a gel. It is a solid, porous form of silicon dioxide. If you looked at a single bead under a massive microscope, you wouldn't see a solid rock. You would see a microscopic labyrinth. Inside every single bead is a massive network of tiny tunnels and pores. This architecture creates an unbelievable amount of internal surface area. In fact, a single gram of silica gel, less than a teaspoon, has a functional surface area of over 700 square meters. That is nearly the size of 2 full basketball courts, all hidden inside a tiny pinch of beads. This leads us to the most important distinction in the story of silica gel. It does not work by absorption, like a sponge soaking up water. Instead, it works by adsorption. Because the beads are highly polar, water molecules from the air are drawn to them and cling to that massive internal surface area. The water vapor is pulled into the tunnels through a process called capillary condensation. Because the water is held deep inside the bead's internal network, the packet can be completely full of moisture and still feel bone dry to the touch. It is a silent, elegant mechanism. There are no moving parts, there is no noise. It just quietly collects water molecules one by one until it can hold up to 40% of its own weight. This leads to the big reveal that most people miss when they throw those packets away. Silica gel is essentially immortal. Because the process is physical, not chemical, it can be reversed. When those beads are full and stop working, they aren't dead. You can simply heat them in an oven at around 120 degrees Celsius. The heat drives the trapped moisture out of the pores, recharging the beads and making them as good as new. You may have noticed some beads are blue or orange. These are indicating varieties. They are dyed with chemicals like cobalt chloride or methyl violet that change color when they are saturated. A blue bead turns pink, and orange bead turns green. It is the material's way of telling you it's time for a recharge. This history is why silica gel is still everywhere today. It isn't just in your shoeboxes. It's in vitamin bottles to keep pills stable. It's in your cat's litter box to trap odors. It's even used by museums to protect ancient metal artifacts from rusting and to keep preserved animals from growing mold. In the modern world, we even use it to explore the stars. A form of silica gel called aerogel is used to insulate Mars rovers from extreme temperatures and to capture high-velocity comet dust in space. The "Do Not Eat" label isn't there because the gel is a conventional poison. In its pure form, it is chemically inert and would likely pass right through you. The warning exists because the packets are a choking hazard, and some of the color-changing dyes can be toxic. But as a tool, silica gel is a masterpiece of material design. It took a common mineral, sand, and reshaped its internal architecture to solve one of humanity's oldest problems, the slow, destructive power of dampness. So the next time you open a box and find that tiny packet, don't see it as trash. See it for what it really is, a small engineered guardian with a history of saving lives and a future of protecting our precious things. It is a powerful resource hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed discovering the incredible stories hidden inside history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another journey into the past. Thank you for watching The Subject History, and I'll see you in the next story.